All right, we're gonna do kind of on this channel an older style of me doing some voiceover for a game. I am kind of finding that it's hard to talk while playing, um, and so am um, I don't want to just like have a game full of silence. So we're gonna kind of go at least for a little bit back to this older style of doing the voiceover over top of it. Um, at least for right now. So E4. Remember, we're doing the Sicilian. Um, and as of right now, we're working on the dragon. Um, we do technically have the O'Kelly and all the other stuff. I ended up switching to the dragon just so everybody knows, because I also play like the Benko. Um, Playing the Benko is a very loosey goosey thing, because what I play against D4 can be hardly described as the Benko. But in the Benko, or at least what I play, I very commonly fianchetto this Darksword Bishop. And so when trying to think of the Sicilians I wanted to learn, or the opening, I thought, maybe it's a good idea to really get used to this fianchettoed G2 Bishop, or G7 Bishop. So that's why I ultimately landed on the dragon, is because I wanted to really focus in on learning how to fully utilize a fianchettoed bishop, because that's kind of what I'm doing most of the time is black. Not this time, though. This is the Alapin. The theory goes, if you will. And by the way, I have had a game that went like 10 lines of theory in a blitz game at like 500 elo, which is hilarious. It goes like this, is my understanding. You come in here, 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 boop, here, boop, here, takes. I want to say it's something like takes, here, takes, queen takes. And then it's like castles or something. And then this is kind of as far as I get into this like variation of the course. I'm doing the starting out Sicilian dragon, and then you can't really come here because knight takes. It doesn't matter. Okay. This was like part of the course, and then you're going to bring this over, and then I don't know if you fianchetto it here. I'd have to relook at it. I don't even think it touches this side of the board in that course. But they do D3, which is a move. I don't super understand it. It's like an Italian, but a little worse. Because your bishop is stuck. Don't ask me. So because we're not following that quote-unquote main line, I just decide to keep on. There's nothing stopping my bishop from doing what it wants. This pawn push, as of right now, is not super dangerous. Again, because we have the idea to come here, at least right now. So now they go about it, and then now I feel like this is dangerous because I can't attack necessarily the bottom of the pawn chain. And that would be really kind of annoying. Really, I think if I tried, white might stand a little better here, because I'd probably... That's probably even. Anyway, they bring their light square bishop out. So now I do take some time here. I want to say a little bit of time. And so the idea behind bishop g4, which is like, who knows if it's good or not, is if I can take here, one, disrupt their pawn structure, and then two, this would be a free pawn. They bring their bishop out, okay, or their knight out, okay. And then at this point, I'm struggling. Yeah, 2 minutes. I'm not sure what to do here. I'm not sure how to make progress. I don't have any strong pawn breaks right now. So what I was kind of calculating is if I take, they take, and their structure is perfectly fine, I'm down a light squared bishop, and I don't have anything super good to attack. Maybe I can come up here and double attack this. Maybe. I don't know. But I didn't see a clear plan forward there. Coming up here just allows them to lock down the position. I did entertain this idea. It's not terrible, but this double isolated pawns, they can just start attacking those pawns. So I didn't super like that either. Or I felt that wasn't super great. Here, again, kind of the same thing, except I can't attack that pawn chain right here. And then now it's like, well, where does my knight go? Maybe down here, but it's kind of, this pawn is kind of a thorn, right? My knight can't really go anywhere or do anything. And that, I didn't feel comfortable there. Let's see. D5 didn't really work in my mind. I just didn't want to play this quite yet. I didn't see anything after that. Or they could take, which I would like, giving me just way more control over the dark squares. But I didn't feel like they would do that. I figured they would just drop it back, and they have a perfectly fine position, in my opinion. So here, this is kind of where I spent some time to think, because I'm not sure how to make progress. Maybe this is one of those situations, and that was everything that I calculated. Okay, now looking at it later, we could have went maybe A5, start some, or A6, maybe start some goofness here. I'm not super comfortable, I guess. Again, I think one of the struggles I have, which is kind of why I want to play the Sicilian, is that idea of you're playing on the queen side. Because it's so far away from the king, I'm just like, what is there even to do? So this is where I took a pretty long think. Eventually just deciding, go for activity. This, you can't really attack this, and you can't get everything away. So we're going to get rid of a light squared bishop, even though the structure's closed, or the center's not closed. The center is mobile, but I think knights might be slightly more powerful in this position unless we start opening stuff up. Again, struggling to figure out what we want to do. Here, I did briefly consider coming here, but I didn't like it because of this. And I need to be super careful here. I don't feel like this is a clean, free pawn. Because my queen is trapped, I think. One, you have to see how close the queen is to being trapped, right? So I think the only square is here, and then if they come back, maybe we're looking here and trying to escape, and it's like, we actually just invited them in. And then now, we're back, and they're in, and it's kind of going sideways. So I didn't like queen b6, mostly because I saw to this point. Queen b6. What did I say? d5. Oh, no. Actually, it was castles first. Because now, if I make a nothing burger of a move, right? Like that, and that's the question, right? You could come here, sure. But what about now, right? Can't go here, can't go here, can't go here, anywhere here. My queen is trapped. That's what I saw. And if I made like a nothing burger of a move, this is going to come in, and my queen is super misplaced. So I didn't want to go queen b6 to then give a whole bunch of tempo on my queen. So I just decided c8. Rooks belong in the open file. Did that help me out? Not really, but again, I'm not completely sure what I'm supposed to do. This is now kind of a threat, actually, because old boy here is a hanging pawn. So, maybe this isn't the greatest move. I feel as much as, they're on their side, and if anything, due to my bishop, I have a bit of a space advantage. I'm struggling at this point to figure out, like, what's my plan? What am I going for? Where are my pawn breaks? I don't have any really good pawn breaks. Maybe here to here, but then they push. Takes, here, takes. They castle. Just, again, don't have a lot of super plans, but get my queen off the back rank. Here is decisive moment. I'm not going to lie, this could be game losing, but I sat here for a long time trying to figure out what I want to do. Their position actually doesn't have a lot of weaknesses right now, in my opinion. So, if I were to take, they take back, and their position is still fine. Frustrating. If I drop back, I'm trapped. If I come back here, I'm trapped. Actually, I wonder if this is a little bit better. I decide to go a little crazy and take the pawn. Sack the pawn, or sack the piece for 2 pawns. And now we're threatening this. Well, we're not, right? That was kind of the issue that I was coming to. Because back here, I did see, oh, you can just come here and I can take. And then the problem is right here, I'm like, oh, shoot, you can't actually take the knight. And so I'm entertaining the idea of just a perpetual. Because this, if they don't do anything, is a perpetual, right? There's a way to block it, which they find. And so here I'm like, I see 2 things. Okay. I see 2 things in this position. Both of them mean that I need to get more pieces into the game. If this knight is not here, I can take this pawn because of the dark squared bishop's actually pinned. I saw that pretty quick. So then how do we do that? Well, we can't take here because the queen can take back. Not cool. So I decided to come here. We're actually threatening checkmate. Okay. Now they come in. Ironically, this blocks the tactic I wanted. Dang it. And so this is, I thought, a really good defensive resource, even though I doubt that they saw this tactic. To be perfectly honest. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't. I just think this is like the only move in the position. So I decided to go f3. I was wondering, I was like, oh, could I have still done that? No, you dingbat. It would have to be, if I wanted to try that tactic, it would have to be here. Boop. Boop. Takes. Okay, because if you take, you've lost the queen. Look at that. We're a master. So I could have. Well, you have to take back. Take the pawn. Oh, this is why it's a bad move. I'm such an idiot. Nice. So that tactic doesn't work. Let's see. However, there you go. Even here it doesn't work. Well, I was aiming to hang a piece is what I'm saying. Anyway, they come in. I decide to push my pawn. Again, kind of going for the ideas is to bring my rook into the game and then start messing with their defenders. They don't have time to counterattack. They take back, and then I'm here. I sometimes am an idiot. There you go. There you go. I'm an idiot. Because what I calculate here, if they come here, I can take here. I have a passed pawn. I have I am up an exchange, a pretty good exchange. And good luck, because I'm coming in, right, to start knocking all your stuff down. I saw this as a perfectly good, well, uh-oh. Well, we also have some issues to deal with, don't we? Because this is coming next, so we should probably bring our king up. And then you just kind of go back, don't you? Go back and enjoy the fruit of your labors. And then what do? Come up one more. Come up one more. You come here. We go here, maybe? Would we sack the rook? Yeah, probably, because this is no longer defended. So, what, maybe you go here? It doesn't matter, we're getting in the weeds. Anyway, where are we at? So, e5. Okay, that's what I calculated. Okay, you come up. Oh, and the other one is, okay, here, right? If you move back somewhere else, say here, okay. So e4 here, I just won the queen. e4, and that was everything, right? So, but I could just take it. I could just take it. I'm looking at this check too. But then I was worried here. Now we're here. Queen can come back, and I'm up a piece. Am I up a piece? 1, 2, 3. No, I'm up 3 pawns. I'm up 3 pawns. And 3 pawns, to be perfectly honest, is not, for me, the strongest thing in the world. Anyway, so that's what I saw. Instead, and this is what I should have did. Okay, this is an infinitely better position. I'm up 3 pawns. Grind them into an endgame. I can go here, right? I can take here. Nah. Whatever. Like, this is a difficult position, It's not. Maybe you come here. And how do I get out of this mess? Oh, well, there. That's how I get out of that mess, right? So here, you have to say move back here, and then you have to come, say, in front. Is there a way to get out of this? Here. Here. And you're out. Now you gotta be careful. You got some problems. Anyway, and then there's reasonable blunders or whatever. What was the one I was like here? Yeah. Anyway, and then this is just it's complicated. It's difficult. This bishop is trapped. So if you were to come here, you'd have to go here. And then here. And the bishop's trapped. Okay. Here. I would go here. Takes here. Oh boy. Okay, Queen F3 I think is the better move. Regardless. This is supposed to be a shorter video. I think Queen F3 was the better move here. Instead, I go E4. Boom. Oh man, I missed this check, right? I saw this one and I was like, "Oh, there's no checks." So technically speaking, I'm good. You're good. I blundered. You move your knight away. And it's annoying, sure. But I don't think I have, outside of a perpetual, I'm pretty sure my attack is just done. Hold on. Never mind. This should work. Right? So you come over. I just check you. You go over. Yeah, and I get a piece. Boop. Maybe you come back in. I'm 2 pawns up. What do I do? What do I do? I've got a few options. Something like this. Maybe something like this. Here or here. So like check, takes. I have doubled isolated. Well, no, because here. What, here? No, because you could go here. You're threatening to come here, but I got a pawn. You got a pawn. Nope. Don't do that. What you have to see is this. Oh, dang. I just blundered. Here. Here. And unless I'm mistaken, this is winning for my opponent, even though because I mean here. actually, I'm pretty sure this is winning because I'm about to. You can't come off the back rank, and I'm about to go and win your other rook, even though it's not super a part of it. Let's see. Does it even? Would this even matter? Not because I'd come there. And regardless, you're not stopping me from X-raying because you can't come off the back rank. Well, you could do this, but nope. Okay, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. See, Queen B3 here. H7. Oh, so Queen B3, H7, and here I still think maybe I'm winning, but with a minute 35, will I find all that stuff? I don't know. You could have got your knight away, right? I don't know what this move does. To be perfect, I think maybe the idea is to come in, but now I have made him one. Here with that same idea, if you do, you're gonna have to sack your queen, basically for whatever. Yeah. And so this was definitely the blunder, obviously because it was mate in one. Queen D1, I think a stronger would have been queen or knight H2. Let's see, F4, G1, and then the problem is I have this check to get out of it. And I just take, and I win a piece. What happens if you go here? Just looking at it, people. You checkmated. So here you could take. Interesting idea. So how would I do that, right? Is there any reason to do anything other than take the piece back? And this, I don't think this works, right? Here, 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 here. Well, maybe my attack is better than I thought. I thought I messed up completely. You know what? We're going to run the computer analysis because we've been analyzing this for a minute. Key moments, I think, right? Here, this is still in the opening. If you're going to play the Alapin, I feel like you should just do what you're... this can't be a good move, right? This has to be some kind of inaccuracy. Maybe it's not. Who knows? What did I struggle with? I guess finding plans in these, like, closed positions. More closed positions, right? When there's nothing clear to, here, takes, nope, because it takes. Yeah. And then these, like, kingside attacks are so scary to do. Creating a weakness. Well, I guess you have to take, right? What if you just came back? here. Takes. There's no way this is good. Takes. Here. Yeah, then the sack doesn't really work, does it? Maybe you actually come back here. Because it's an even trade? Yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe. Here. And then you're here. Or here. Getting your queen in. Here. Here. You actually takes here. There's still, what's funny is there's still a struggle here to figure out exactly what you want to do. Like if they just solidify, say their pawns, queen doesn't feel like it, but getting in. So maybe h3 takes back, and then here, and you're because somebody was saying that sacking the two pawns in front of the king for a piece is generally worth it. Anyway, okay, so we're gonna end it there. Let's do we want to do a quick computer analysis? Yeah, it's been a 30-minute video. And then heck, the latter part has just been me I don't really want to do a computer analysis on this. I would like to go over this with somebody else. Okay, we're not going to do a computer analysis, at least not right now. We will talk to y'all later. Have a good one. Bye.